Hi guys, today we're going to be moving on and starting the next section in IXL, and this section is called the number system, and we'll be talking about three different things today. Number one, we'll talk about understanding integers, and the second thing is absolute value, and the third is rational numbers. Before we do that, I want to address something from yesterday just to review and warm up before we get started. Yesterday we talked about spinners, and there's one, or that's what it's supposed to be. Y'all don't laugh at my drawing. And coins, and we're going to talk about predicting outcomes. Now remember, there are three different outcomes possible on the spinner, and there are two on the coin. You have heads, and then you have tails. So if you have, if you spin the spinner and flip the coin, let's look at how many possible outcomes you could have. We could do that by making a list, which says heads and 1, which means your coin would land on heads and your spinner would land on 1. Your coin could land on heads and your spinner could land on 2. Your coin could land on heads and your spinner could land on 3. Or your coin could land on tails and 1 on the spinner, tails and 2 on the spinner, and tails and 3 on the spinner. So if you look at that, there's your possible outcomes, 6 of them, because there's 2 sides to the coin and 3 outcomes possible on the spinner. You could also solve it this way, mathematically. There are 3 spaces on the spinner, so that's 3 possible outcomes on the spinner. And there are 2 possible outcomes on the coin, heads and tails. 3 times 2 is 6. I hope that helps you. Remember that there is an example, and I would like for you to go back and try again and see if you can master that content in IXL. Okay, on to what we're doing today. First, I want to introduce you to a number line. We've talked about this in class before, but let's just review exactly what a number line is. On the middle of the number line, you will see the number 0. If you go to the right, everything on that side is positive. Positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4. You don't write the positive in front of the number. It's understood if you just write the number that it's positive. However, if it's on the left side of the 0, it's negative. And you write the negative in front of the number because it's not understood to be negative. So you've got negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. So you've got your 0 in the middle. Everything to the right is positive. Everything to the left is negative. So let's talk about some things that could be represented on this number line. What if the temperature in Alabama, like let's just say today, the temperature is supposed to get up to 62 degrees. Okay, 62 degrees, would that be represented on the positive side, or would it be represented on the negative side? 62 degrees would be positive. We're not a negative 62, and I hope we never are. 62 is a positive temperature. In Alaska, they may have a negative 12. If it's a negative 12, it's on the left side, in the negative side of the number line. What if a town is situated 20 feet above sea level? Would that be on the positive or the negative? 20 feet above sea level would be on the positive. What if you deposit $200 into your checking account? Would that be a positive action or a negative action? It would be positive. You would be adding $200. What if you withdraw $10? that's taking away $10 from your account. So it would be negative. I hope that you understand that. Anything that is positive is going to be on the right side, and anything that is negative will be on the left. Also realize that 0 is its own opposite. Let me go ahead and explain the rest. -1 and 1 are opposites. They're on the opposite side of the 0. -2 and 2 are opposites. You've got a -2 over here and a +2 over here. They're exact opposites. -3 and 3, opposites. They're on the opposite side of the 0. But 0 is its own opposite. You will never see anyone write -0 or +0. 0 is its own opposite. Okay, let's talk about absolute value. Absolute value, I'm going to move this over here. Absolute value is represented by 2 lines, one written on each side of the number. So the absolute value of 3, all that is saying is that it's 3 spaces from 0. Absolute value has nothing whatsoever to do with the sign that you see in front of the number. All it's representing is how many spaces from 0 that is on the number line. So 3, the absolute value of 3 is 3 spaces from 0. The absolute value of -3 is still going to be 3 because it's 3 spaces from 0. So let's look at a few. What is -5? What's the absolute value of -5? How many spaces from 0 is -5? It's 5. The absolute value of -5 is 5. How many spaces from 0 is 27? It's 27. How many spaces from 0, or what is the absolute value of -71? It's going to be 71. Look at it this way. What is the absolute value of 12? Well, 12 is 12 spaces from 0. So it's 12. What's the absolute value of -347? Well, it's 347 spaces from 0, no matter what side of the number line it's on. So it's 347. What is the absolute value of 0? Well, you remember we said that 0 is its own opposite, and it's just going to be 0. So I want you to take what we've talked about and try these assignments on iExcel. Remember, there are examples. You can click at the top of the page and it will say learn by an example. Study that. Study that before you even try the first one. These are the 3 assignments that I'm about to assign you on iExcel. Give them a shot and see how it goes. I miss you guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye.